All right, hello, this is Greg again. Stage 3 of the Tour de France, team time trial. One of the beautiful events of the sport where the entire team races with each other against the clock. This is going to be BMC just coming in to finish their stage. So today is 37 kilometers raced flat out, each rider taking their turns on the front, breaking the wind for the rest of the team who make a valiant effort to recover, and then working their way through the crowd, hitting the front, pushing as hard as they can. The reason that's important is each rider on the front is expending about 30% more energy than the rider behind as they break through the wind. So they're able to push for a bit and then they drop back to the back of the group and then cycle through as they make every attempt to recover. Now they're recovering while riding at almost 50 kilometers an hour. Also in this, the way the time is taken, now they start, if assuming the team still has all 8 riders, start with 8 riders, but the time is taken when the 4th rider crosses the finish line. So of course, if you do the math there, you realize you can drop a few riders, 4 to be exact, on the way in. Now in the time trial, the riders will ride a very, very different kind of bike. Much more aerodynamic. You kind of see from the position here that the bikes have 2 places to put your hands. As they're most aerodynamic, they're on what the riders call the skids or skis, and they look a lot like a downhill skier with their hands tucked in front of their face and their bodies elbows in, shoulders in, hunched over, trying to punch as small of a hole in sort of a reverse teardrop. So again, to be as aerodynamic as possible. Any energy you don't expend pushing against the wind is energy you can apply to going faster forward, or forward faster, either way. Now, it looks to be Greg Van Avermaet is looking over, making sure that his teammates are all there, or that they had the proper number as he gets ready to swing off. Now, they're almost to the finish line, so they will fan out across the field, thus getting themselves all to the line at the same time, that much limiting any amount of lost time to the 4th rider, that they all come across together. Now, in terms of the overall classification, the actual times that the riders cross the field will be what gets applied to their overall standings. So Team Sky has already come in with, when they arrived, the best time. But it looks like BMC is going to challenge that. They were 6 seconds ahead at the second time check. So just putting the title on. And should that time stand, it's going to put Richie Porte in a nice position against Froome, move a few seconds ahead, although they are currently tied on time. So that is the line work, and have titled the piece Checking on the Others. Again, making sure they've got the requisite number. Also in this group is TJ Van Garderen, who has tickled for the stage win in the past. He's one of the Americans, one of my more favorite riders as well. But he always seems to have a bit of a problem later on in the tour. He is stellar in 7-day races, 6-day races, having won the now defunct Tour of Colorado 4 times. So again, with this, I like to move through the color wheel with the warm colors first, laying in each color initially, just each color as I see it. And I do the warm colors first and the lighter colors first to help prevent polluting the colors. You know, mistakes are made, always. And the thing with watercolors is there's no erasing, there's no painting over, there's no going back. You either live with the mistakes or start over. Those are your 2 choices. Because there's always mistakes. Just think of the political mistakes were made. But obviously, the more you do, the better you get, the less mistakes you make. Or because confidence factors into that as well. The more confident you are, the less mistakes you make too. So just working on the last little details of their racing kit, racing uniform. You may hear my dogs walking around. Normally I get to do this earlier in the day. And the dogs like to sleep in. I like to sleep in too, but dogs like to sleep in and aren't down while I'm painting. They come down, have breakfast. I get started. They go back to bed. You know that expression, it's a dog's life? Wouldn't we all like to have a dog's life? So just lay in. So there are, sometimes BMC is called the Boys in Black and Red. That's for their kit, although they have added that little swath of green from one of their, red and green on the sleeves from one of their sponsors. And if you see them from the back, they got another bright blue patch. It's kind of funny because it's right on their tuchuses. So they're riding down with black and red with bright blue behinds. That's the thing about cycling. If you get out and ride with a group, I've said to people, yeah, I spend a lot of time looking at guys' behinds. It always can get a very interesting look from people when they don't understand what I mean. So now I do paint these without knowing what's happening next, but it is my suspicion that BMC will take the victory on the stage today. And with that, move Van Garderen and Richie Porte further up on the GC, possibly into the lead. They at least will not be behind Froome anymore. So all of this work is original artwork, original watercolors, one of a kind. They're sold first come, first serve. You can find them most easily by going to my blog, which I will, unfortunately I haven't figured out how to post a link yet, but I will spell out the blog on the comment, on the description, the video description. And if you follow that or cut and paste it, you can then find where this painting is available. Now today these paintings might not get up to about 2 or 3 in the morning Eastern Standard Time, but you know, still have to work for a living, have to go into work tonight. And also that The blog will provide you a direct link to my website where there's a secure, safe shopping cart feature. And each blog post will have a direct hot link to where you can purchase the paintings. By the way, these watercolors are made by Richson Art. They're Yarka, St. Petersburg, Yarka watercolors. Really wonderful, bright, powerful colors. Super saturate, stunningly so for for cake watercolors, which tend to, my experience always had been that they were fairly pale, but not these. These are brilliant color. All right, well, that's it. Thank you for taking the time to look. Hope you will go read the blog and read about the tour. Subscribe. Check back in tomorrow for stage 4.